thought it would be different, I guess, and interesting to do this video where I read the most, believe it or not. So, this is my first video. It's going to be cringy, crazy, but I wanted to kind of sort of do the Newbie book tag, Newbie booktuber tag, I think it's called, but obviously I can't look at the questions because I'm driving, so I'm going to kind of sort of do the ones I remember off the top of my head, and then just go off from there, I guess. So, one of the questions I know is, why did you want to start a BookTube channel? And a lot of people, I've seen a lot of ones that say, you know, I don't have a lot of reading friends. I'd like to make new friends who do read because I don't have anyone to talk to about books, which, same. I don't really have a lot of friends who read. I don't have friends, but, so that's one reason, I guess, not one way. One reason I would like to start a BookTube channel is to make new friends who read, be able to talk to somebody about reading who actually read the book. And I also wanted to start a BookTube channel because I wanted to put my energy and time into something I know I would, or, you know, I would enjoy. I don't know if I necessarily enjoy, like, the backside of video making, but, you know, just getting my thoughts out and having it somewhere for other people to see and give their opinion on. That's another reason why I'd like to do it. I do say a lot, by the way, so get used to it. But, so, that's one reason. The other one, another question that I kind of sort of remember, it could be completely wrong, is what series got you into reading? And of course, I think everybody had to read in elementary school, primary school, whatever you want to call it, and we all had to read for those stupid AR points, and it counted for our grade or whatever. And I didn't want to do it because I was told to do it, but when I started to actually read, I really enjoyed it for the escapism and, you know, just, I like to hear stories. My mom says she read to me a lot, but I don't remember it, but, you know, maybe that's why I'm into reading now. But, the series that I remember reading in middle school that I really, really liked is, the Guardians of the Gahul series, actually, by Catherine Lasky. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but yeah, it's like 15 or 16 books. I only read the first 10, but that series really, really got me into reading. I really like that book series. It's actually my favorite series. You know, even to this day, me being 22, I'll still read it. I don't really care if it's a middle grade book or not. I really do enjoy that series. But that got me started, and that's where I really found how much I really, really enjoy reading. So that's that. Another question. Oh, I think it was what's unique about you, or what unique qualities can you bring to BookTube, or something like that. Don't want to say I'm different from anybody else who's on BookTube. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody interprets books differently. So, you know, if you read a book one way and you got something from it, I got something else from it. Something different. You know, not everybody's views are the same. So, you know, I'd like to. Just hold up my car.
Call. Say, by number, or by name.
Oof.
Pardon?
consider myself unique or different. I mean, I have a lot of things. Oh, that's not true. I just lied somewhere. Well, not in the sense of that I'm unique or like unique, but I'm different in the way I read, how I read, and how I go about reading. Because I actually have a processing disorder with I guess you would say it's a learning processing disorder, or like a information processing disorder, I guess. And I'm also dyslexic. So, like, the odds are not in my favor when it comes to actually reading. So, I would like to open up the gate to the community of dyslexic readers, or anybody with some sort of like learning disability or reading disability, because there are readers out there who struggle, who enjoy it, but they struggle to do it. So, and I'm one of the people. So I would like to open up the doors for that, because it's not really talked about, not from what I've seen in the BookTuber community, which, I don't want to say we're not represented, but, we're not represented. Not enough. I want to let people know that there are ways you can enjoy books, even though it's going to be a little bit harder for you. So that would be cool if I could be the guy who does it. I'm trying to remember those questions. There was 10. I think I did 3. I'll probably stay at 3 because I don't remember the other 7, 8, 7. 7 plus 4 is 10, so that's not right. No, that wasn't good. 7 plus 3 is 10. Oh god, trash. But I don't know what the other questions were, so we're gonna not continue with those questions. I guess I'll just give you some background about me and who I am. My name's Anthony. I don't think I said that in the beginning. My name is Anthony. I'm 22. I live in Florida. I currently work at a bank. We'll see how long that lasts. But I currently work at a bank. My hobbies include, of course, reading, eating, video games, and existing, I guess. Just being alive. I have 3 dogs. 2 of them are shelter dogs. One I got from my friend. I don't know what to really say about me, but yeah, I'm excited to do this and hopefully continue with it, because I have a habit of starting things and not finishing them. So I hope to. My goal is to at least put up 2 videos. 2 would be good. Another goal I would like to set for myself is to get out of the habit of saying a lot, and then also get more comfortable talking while the camera's on, because like I said, I do talk to myself more than I think. I don't want to say normal, but I do speak to myself a lot. When I'm trying to figure things out is when I speak to myself aloud. So, but I've never recorded it, so it's a little weird. But I would like to get more comfortable doing that, and then even just for me, not even necessarily for BookTube. I just, want to say that I did it, I guess. But I most like to read fantasy. That's what's mostly on my bookshelf right now is fantasy books. I have a few contemporary books. I think I have a few thrillers, but it's mostly fantasy. I think I own maybe 110 books, around that number, and majority of them are fantasy. And one thing about me is that I don't like to buy paperback books, so there are none on my bookshelf. I do own some paperback books that were given to me or I purchased out of some weird situation, even though I didn't want the book. But I keep those in separate from my bookshelf because I don't like flimsy books. I don't like that they get ruined easy, like wear and tear, opposed to a hardback book. You know, of course, those can get ruined too, but not as easy as paperback books. So I just prefer to have hardcover books. And with that, a lot of the books that I liked are like I have read and liked, I don't own because hardback books are expensive. So yeah, I don't own a lot of the books that I have read and enjoyed and would read again because they're expensive, and I buy my books from either online or I go to a thrift store or whatever, a used bookstore. I don't know how common it is, but it's from Second and Charles, which I learned is owned by Books A Million, so it's not really, they know what they're doing. Those prices aren't very thrifty, but yeah, that's where I mostly get my books. I'll go to Books A Million and head straight to the clearance table, and Second and Charles, it's all, they have a few new books, like they have their featured section where like those are all brand new books, but all the books are mostly used and are at bargain prices, but not really. So that's where I get most of my books from. So I have 100 books, but there are plenty of people with like 300 plus books. I also recently, once I moved into the apartment that I live in now, is when I got back into reading, because I'd stopped for a while just because life and whatnot, but I just recently got back into reading, so I am, building up my collection and buying them as I can, because books are expensive, but I'd rather be spending money on things that I enjoy than things I don't, like bills. Oh, being an adult sucks. But yeah, that's just I'm rambling, but like that's just some facts about me, interesting things about me, I guess. Not really interesting. I don't know. Maybe somebody will watch the video. Not maybe all the way through, but somebody will see it. Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they'll dislike it. Who knows? But yeah, that's some information about me. I don't know if I can fit in a little bit more information. I don't know what people would find interesting to watch. I know there's like the booktubers that I watch, they like kind of they know what they're doing, so like they just kind of throw it in, so you're just like, oh, didn't know that about you, that's cool to know. I don't want to just throw it all in there at once, I guess, but I guess we'll just learn as we go. But I'm excited to join the BookTube community and see where it takes me and see where it goes. Hopefully the next video will not be as cringy and awful, I guess. But thanks for watching, and if you did, not